Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen up. Today we're talking about the one and only Turbo Toad token. Listen, we have a new partnership, right? We are listed on another exchange on XOLix, right? We can see that at Turbo Toad token is a cryptocurrency that merges artificial intelligence, creativity, and community, built as a decentralized community driven project powered by creativity and guided by AI. It stands out as a unique meme coin in the market. Swap Turbo today, 2,000 plus coins, competitive rates, and fast private transactions. And we can see, right, Turbo is now live for swaps at xolix.com. We can see 5,000 views, and we can see a very, very supportive community, right? Let me just like some of these because this will always help with some of the traction. So yeah, we can see, right? 24,000 followers on Twitter. Not the biggest, not the smallest, but it's decent and is better than nothing, right? I will always take these types of wins any single day of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just jump right into the basics before we look at the technical analysis. We can actually see we are down 11% on the day. We are ranked 162 with roughly 310 million market cap with 62 million volume. When we go and look at the holders, we could see we finally hit 57,000 holders. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, I will do some type of giveaway, probably around 60,000 holders, because we've been talking about this coin for a while and I do want to give back to the community. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, right? Pretty solid. 57,000 plus holders is what we love to see. And we can see, ladies and gentlemen, that yeah, yesterday we did go down a decent amount, right? If we take it from the top to the literal bottom, at one point we were down almost 17%. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming. Bitcoin absolutely nuked itself, right? It absolutely nuked itself. When I was recording the videos for yesterday, I don't remember exactly what time it was, but Bitcoin was, holding strong. I believe we were somewhere here around 123,000. And then, many, many hours later, when I woke up later this morning, things were crashing. I was absolutely surprised. And you know what? I know this is a turbo video, but we have to monitor Bitcoin here, ladies and gentlemen, because this may be an indicator that Bitcoin's time is possibly coming to an end. Now, I'm not going to say for certain, but ladies and gentlemen, we do have a very, very possible, you know, familiar, similar scenario, kind of how what happened in May, where we kind of create this order block type candle, then we start slowly recovering, and then we sell off further, right? So we have to monitor the next few days because we did technically create this order block candle. So I'm really, really hoping that this was just a fake out and we just continue to go up and that we do not reject multiple days, roughly around, let's say 121, 122K before we sell off. Uh, because this would be very, very interesting times. You can see Bitcoin dominance. The last few days it's done absolutely nothing, and it would just be very, very weird. I still think though overall the markets are very, very bullish. Right before I actually show the turbo chart, we can see that we did technically, in terms of the total market cap, close above this support. So I do really want to see how the next few days react. I'm still bullish on Turbo. In my opinion, this is just a great time to dollar cost average. The weekly candle, technically, if it's still closed like this, it's still technically on for a break next week, which we talked about, right? If we do not get a break this week, and as long as we close above 0.0043, we are still on track, right? Despite this crazy selling day of 17%, we still have a couple of days left. So I really want to monitor things because even if things do go a little bit slow, let's just say up until Sunday, right? Monday might be a sell off, but then Tuesday and the rest of the week should be pumps if we do close anything like the way we are right now. Because, ladies and gentlemen, technically, even if we were to close the weekly candle the way it is, this would be a higher low, right? We can see clearly this Bottom this weekly candle is higher than this one. So I will be monitoring things. I will be monitoring things. It is very, very important to see how things close. We've had scares before in the markets where, you know, even something with Bitcoin where it dumped a good amount, but then it didn't really mean anything. Let's see. Where did it go? I don't remember the exact moment, but I remember there was a time where Bitcoin sold off, right? Everyone thought it was going to reverse, and then the next day it just pumped super, super heavy. So I will monitor things, right? I will monitor things. And, like I said, people, things are kind of crazy right now. We still have rate cuts coming up in the middle of September, which obviously is going to be a bullish thing. It is like I saw this the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a 98% chance that we're gonna cut rates, and it's not gonna be by 0.25 points, right? It's usually by 0.25. It's going to be drastic with a 0.50 rate cut. So I still expect altcoins to do well no matter what. I still expect crypto to do well no matter what. I know some people panic when they see a day like this where we sell off 17%, and I get it. I get it. Like I said, I personally didn't see this coming, right? I didn't see this coming. When this move happened, it happened at night, right? Remember, we were talking about Turbo, and I said it was a pretty solid 4 hour candle, but I thought, we're going to hold off this support, and we didn't, right? And sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But I am super confident on the higher time frame, right? I'm still super confident on the higher time frame that this is the big support. We pretty much have this other support over here, right? Roughly at 0.007, maybe a little bit lower, and that the mission overall is still to break through, and that we are still in a bullish trend, right? In terms of the diagonal trend line, we are still bullish. Technically, like I said, in terms of the weekly candle, we are still looking good, right? So, things are looking solid. Do not get discouraged because of one bad day. We'll continue to monitor to see how the rest of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going to go. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is ultimately it. Let me know if you bought any turbo, right? Do you see this as a discount? Did you sell? Let me know. Let me know because I know people think, you know, many, many things, and I'm always curious to hear people's opinions. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is ultimately it. I hope you guys did enjoy. Thinking about starting to stream again and starting to stream consistently. Might mess around with a couple times. We might do like 2 30-minute streams or 2 1 hour streams. Maybe thinking like maybe early afternoon, like around 1 p.m. EST, and maybe one at 7 p.m. EST. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll monitor things. We'll see how things go. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is ultimately it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.